Yeah, like I shared before, a woman here recently took a very big hit from a border hopper bus, and that's when Russian forces were at the border. And a lot of people said that was a big bluff, that Russia was only flexing their muscles. Others said that the threat and the danger was real, that Russia was going to invade Ukraine. But like I say, a lady took a very big hit here in Morrison's car park from a border hopper minibus, and we can all take a very big hit any day, on a day just like today, anywhere, any time, but we're all in range of war. And in the big Diss Norfolk UK, big black box frame, certainly no red car Michael Dunn, Michael Sands, Sandringham serial killer here, paedophile, rapist, ripper, black wizard, terrorist, Diss shooter. That's why you do have to be off for all the right reasons before you disappeared for 7 wrong reasons. You do have to go, and there's plenty of rag on people's faces in Diss who are all full of mad monster lies and bogus diagnoses. And like I shared this morning, my reason what started the big black box serial killer frame fixed assassination in Diss is I went to Kisumu, Kenya, a genuine reason for going. Jaffa and his Yardie gang, a gang in their late 20s, threatened to burn my mother alive, who was out in Kisumu running a children's home for orphans and street children. And so, my reason for going was a genuine emergency, a race against time, a life or death situation. God confirmed I was to go, and to go urgently, and not 1 penny from anybody. But there was another big monster story as to why I'd gone to Kenya was never true. DC3 and Hope Church now, Royal Mail, Postie Assassins, Diss SS Police, Diss Mason Council, had a whole different story. But like I say, that was a genuine reason, and there's been some real twists in this story too. It's a over a 22-year classic masterpiece. Africa, Diss, Norwich and Sandringham, and every mad monster black serial killer lie, and every Dr. Death SS, silver bullet wound kits and bogus diagnosis certainly been mixed into the big black box frame fix assassination in Diss, same like with Morrison's and Tesco's. Every monster lie is in their pick and mix monster deal. Buy 1 monster lie and get 2 free. But as for a genuine reason for going, you get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, the unexpected, when you least expect it. You can certainly take a big hit. You can certainly take a big hit in Diss, or anywhere on the UK's Devil Island, when you're surrounded by mad monster black serial killer lies and bogus diagnosis, and people are in high places are setting you up as a red car, Michael Dunn, Michael Sands, to get you done in or to get you locked up. But with DC3, Hope Church now, they said my going to Kisumu, was a fake, and accused me of money. That was never, not 1 single penny from anybody. How much is your mother's life worth? You reckon I was in bondage to fear and the devil? I was mad. But like I say, God clearly confirmed I was to go, and to go urgently. Even when I flew into Kenya, every plane was fully booked with everyone coming out. And there was genocide on the horizon. The slaughter was relentless. Rwanda, the other side of Lake Victoria from Kisumu. There was mass graves you could put the population of Diss into at the time. People dancing with fiendish delight in their victims' blood. People hiding in mass graves to avoid being massacred. Many fleeing for their lives like they are now in Ukraine. And like I say, we're all in range of war. When I was in Leningrad, Russia, I did see scar models of the UK. London, every strategic target marked, and there were more pins in East Anglia than anywhere else, and the 2 big red pins, nuclear targets, were Mildenhall and Lakenheath, 33 miles from here. Then you got 33 miles from here, Sizewell nuclear power station. That took a big hit, would wipe out a lot of people with nuclear fallout, and people are talking World War III and nuclear exchange. Some claim, that the threat is real and the danger is real. And Mad Vlad the Impaler, Psycho Putin, will go nuclear. So the unexpected when you least expect it. Now the interesting twist in the story with DC3 and Hope Church now, all full of mad monster lies and bogus diagnosis. Delivered by Royal Mail postie assassins, vigilantes, postie mayor, who claimed that my gun was, I was a fake and a con, and they claimed that Kenya was a big safari park and there'd never be any trouble in Kenya, which was never the case, because I had been in Kisumu, had stood with Ambrose, 100 metres from huts that were burnt down with the families in, or who were slaughtered trying to flee. Tribal fighting between the Preston's tribe, the Mandi tribe, and the Lur tribe around Kisumu. And when you're in with no electricity and no telephone, in the pitch black, and mobs are on the rampage, people being shot on the street, so I knew Kisumu could be a pretty rough place, and you get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. And then the Roy Lincoln lawyer, who was the leader of DC3 at the time, Hope Church now, his wife took a very big hit, got hit on her bicycle by a lorry, almost killed her, ended up in Addenbrooke's, and she since has departed home to heaven in God's loving care. My own mother, she died recently, suddenly, of a heart attack, the unexpected when you least expect it, out in Africa, over being over there for 20 years. I mean, DC3 were wrong about my mother. They reckon she wasn't doing the will of God. She was, but by the grace and spirit of God, she saved hundreds of orphans and street children in Kenya. They reckon she wouldn't last 3 months, and she was over there for 20 years, and hundreds of lives were saved, by the grace and spirit of God. And then his right-hand man, Mr. Newbury, God rest his soul, he's no longer with us, all making these big claims, but like I say, my reason for going was a genuine emergency, a life or death situation, a race against time. His mother-in-law, Flo Lee, she took a very big hit on the 1066, just outside of Thetford. It was in a fatal accident. As a woman in the centre of this took a big hit from the Royal Mail post office lorry, and another one from a Crown Mill lorry. So like I say, you get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's just a bit rich when people set you up so you take a big hit, or hired assassins, and there's always plenty of people who'll do other people's dirty work, and there's others who will do anything for money, drugs and alcohol. And that happened to the guy in Bristol who they set up as a paedophile. And I say, no Roy White and my van man Christian B here, Red Carmichael Dunn, Michael Sands, Sandringham serial killer. And they went into his flat, they beat him, stamped on his head, killed him, dragged him outside, poured white spirit over him and set him on fire. So monster black lies, will get you beaten, stabbed, shot and set on fire. It happened to a guy at Morrison's too. He took a big hit, just murdered at Morrison's in Wyndham, where Norfolk Bacon SS Police Plebs headquarters are. So like I say, when you know that you're going, God has sent you and confirmed for you to go urgently, and it's a genuine emergency, a race against time, a life or death situation. Like I say, your mother's life is priceless. And I just lost a good friend prior to this, Philip Hewitt, whose car overturned just up the road there in Roydon, and he was trapped in his seatbelt and his car caught fire and they couldn't get him out. But the Lord gave me Psalm 18 for Philip, tangled in the cords of death. I called upon the Lord. So when you got Simon Bailey Don't Cry and his blonde toast plainclothes lover, and all of this, all full of mad monster lies and bogus diagnoses, then you certainly do have to disappear for all the right reasons, before you take a big hit. Anyhow, God bless. Take care.